Hello everybody, thank you once again for tuning in to the 5 by 55 show. Thank you. This is my second episode of the show that I just started a few days ago, and already so far, according to the analytics of my show on Facebook, 7 people have liked and followed the show's page, and thank you so much for being a part of that journey. Let's grow together. Share that page to your friends. Make sure they be a part of the community. Thank you so much to all the 7 people who have so far liked and followed my page on Facebook. I'm still awaiting for more on Twitter and also on Instagram. It's just that there's an technical issue, but it can be rectified as time goes by. But for YouTube, already in my first episode, 4 views so far. I hope that it gets to grow with time, so I'm trusting the process. So thank you once again to everyone that has liked and followed my page, also the show's page on social media, and also be liking, sharing your, viewing my first episode there on YouTube. Thank you, and thank you so much. I hope with time it's gonna gain traction and many more followers will be able to see what I do online and also be able to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So thank you, and thank you once again, just to give a token of appreciation. But just to remind those who are seeing this video for the first time, this is the 5 by 55 show, and our social media handles of the show on Facebook is at the 5 by 55 show, and on Twitter it's at the 555 show 1. I repeat, the 555 show 1. And then on YouTube it's at the 5 multiplication sign 55 show. The 5 multiplication sign 55 show. That's on YouTube. For Instagram, there was a technical issue which I noticed yesterday, but I hope that with time it's gonna get rectified. So far so good. Those are the social media handles. Very soon I'm going to publish all the videos that I've done so far and make it into audio files and be able for you guys to listen to it on different audio platforms, either it is Spotify, either it is SoundCloud, either it is Google Podcast or Apple Podcast. So stay tuned as you get on to the boat, and I'm sure it's going to be a very, very a long ride to success, and that is where I'm heading to. So until I reach where I want to reach, just as I've mentioned in the first episode, there's still a lot of work for this show to move forward. So thank you once again. And today the topic of this episode will be From Africa to the NFL, the story of the 2021 NBA draft. I repeat the title. It is called From Africa to the NFL, the story of the 2021 NFL draft. Now, it all came after 1 week since the NFL draft took place in Cleveland, Ohio. And for me, as a fan of the NFL, I've been a fan of the NFL for almost 5 years. I've watched 3 Super Bowls with my own eyes. So and the way it's being played, I'm even learning the sport in terms of the vocabulary, and even how games are being won depending on the type of play. It's very interesting to see how NFL is gaining traction outside the United States. And even if I look at the foreign players that are in the NFL, is mostly attracted to either from Africa or from the UK. So it goes to show what NFL can bring to the global audience and what type of entertainment they bring. So really, really good stuff when you have to look at the NFL draft. But because I'm an African native, I love to speak it from an African perspective. So according to the draft results that were being released on Saturday, because the NFL draft 2021 took place over 3 days with 7 rounds. So you can imagine 3 days, 7 rounds. That's almost more than 250 players being drafted from college or from abroad. So that's what happened, and that's what I got to notice. I was able to look at the highlights, even I did not see it live, but I could see the joy in the rookies that have been drafted into the NFL from the 32 NFL teams that are active. So it's really a joy for you. You have worked hard for 4 years in college and now being drafted into the elite league of the NFL. It's just amazing. And of course, congratulations to all the draftees from wherever you are in the US. Congratulations for your hard work. I hope that your career doesn't cut short, that will be a testament for years to come and even for your for generations after you when you retire. So, from an African perspective, I have noticed some notable players who are drafted into the NFL. Either it is native Africans or players of African ancestry. And it's really amazing when we hear Africans doing exploits in sports outside their home continent of Africa. So it's really congratulatory for all of them. And of course, the most notable draft pick of African ancestry is called Kwiti Paye, who was drafted in the first round, on the first day of the draft, and he was picked by the Indianapolis Colts, the 21st pick. And oh boy, if you had to look at the reaction to that announcement, you could see the joy in it, you could see the family rejoicing, and you could see even the mother being speechless or just not knowing what to do with that announcement. And already during the draft reaction, it's announced that the mother has stopped working officially retiring. So congrats to Kwiti Paye, who is from Liberia but born in Guinea but being raised in the United States. So congrats to Kwiti Paye being drafted by the Colts, 21st pick in the first round. Congratulations. I'm sure if I were to choose the greatest draft moments, that one should be in the top 4 or in the top 2 or in the top 3. I mean, that was just amazing. And it's not the only African person being drafted in NFL in the first round last week. You also got Odafe Owe, who was the 31st pick in the first round that was being drafted by the Ravens. So congrats to both of them who are drafted in the first round. And then you got to look at the other rounds that are being done in the next 2 days. You can see it's way varied and with different positions that are being chosen to be in the part of the franchises. So of course, in no particular order, you got Victor Dimukeje, who was drafted in the 6th round, pick number 210. You got Ifeatu Melifonwu, who was drafted in the 3rd round, pick number 101. Then you got Kene Nwangu, who was drafted in the 4th round and is pick number 119. Then you got Dayo Odeyingbo, who was drafted in the 2nd round, pick number 54. Then you got Osa Odigizua, who was drafted in the 3rd round, pick number 75. Then you got Aziz Ojulari, drafted in the 2nd round, pick number 50. Then you got Levi Onwuzurike, who was drafted in the 2nd round, pick number 41. Then you got Joseph Osai, who was picked in the 3rd round, pick number 69. And you got Jeremiah Owusu Koramoa, who was drafted in the 2nd round, pick number 52. Then you got Asante Samuel Jr., who was drafted in the 2nd round, pick number 47. Then you got Israel Mukwamu, who was drafted in the 6th round, pick number 227. Then you got Joshua Kaindo, who was drafted in the 4th round, pick number 144. And last but not least, you got, that's pretty it. So if I were to count, that's around 13 to 15 players, notable players of African ancestry being drafted in the NFL the last week. And we want to congratulate everybody and all the people of African ancestry for making Africa proud. You've made us proud. You are carrying it all the way. And as you start your professional career in the summer, I pray that you don't cut short your career due to injury. You play for as long as 10 to 20 years and be a testament for many other Africans that love the sport of American football. So congratulations to everybody. Either you are drafted in the 1st round or you are drafted as the last pick of the last round. I congratulate everybody. And of course, now that I've said that, it just goes to show that there is great talent in Africa. It just goes to show that even if you look at the NBA, majority of the foreign players, if they are not from the USA or Canada, they are mostly from Africa or from Eastern Europe or even from South America. So you can see if the NBA is able to attract the talent from such regions, and of course they do it through their initiatives that they do in pre-season, which is famously known as Basketball Without Borders. That is why people like Joel Embiid arrived there. That's why people like Pascal Siakam have arrived there. So if that can happen for the NBA, why not the NFL? The NFL can maybe propose and say, why don't you organize a pre-season boot camp every season? You place it in West Africa, because you've noticed most of the players of African ancestry are from West Africa or from Central Africa. So if you can maybe put a pre-season boot camp whereby they can do not only learn about the sport but also scout and see whether you can bring them into the draft combine for the next draft. And I hope that can happen in the near future, and I hope Commissioner Roger Goodell is hearing this and be able to put that down on his notes, because Africa has a lot of potential in sports. That is why Masai Ujiri will always say it, that Africa is the future of world sports. You can see that in soccer, you can see that in basketball, you can see that even in American football, and also in athletics. So why not NFL pre-season boot camp in West Africa, so that to bring future generations of sports stars who love American football, who watch American football, and they want to be a part of the NFL in the future. So why not? And even I recently found out that there are very few professional American football associations in Africa, especially in Egypt. So if they can collaborate with the American football federations of some African countries and the NFL be able to organize a pre-season boot camp like the NBA does it, then it's going to reap benefits, not only for the current ones but for the future generations that are yet to be born. So with that said, and I'm sure that as they do that, they are not going to regret, because potential is there. There's a big talent pool in Africa for those who love American football. I myself, I love watching the NFL, even though I'm not eligible to play that sport, but I love that sport. I love watching it because of the plays that they play, and even the players that do some crazy jokes and all that. So I'm really a big fan of it. So I hope Commissioner Goodell will be able to think about it as he goes maybe for the next General Assembly in NFL, be able to bring a pre-season boot camp in Africa and be able to scout the next generation of stars from Africa. And I hope that will bring benefits not only for the NFL but for the continent of Africa and the African diaspora. And with that said, I gotta end the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video. And I just want to repeat the social media handles. I request you to please follow, share, comment. If you have anything to say about this episode, please type it down in the comment section on whatever social media platform you are using, either it's on Twitter, either it's on Facebook, or even on YouTube. Make sure, don't forget to click the show's logo at the bottom right corner of the screen on YouTube, and be able to subscribe. And make sure you share it with your friends. Share the YouTube link to your friends and let them spread the word about it and be able to be a part of the community. I'll repeat the social media handles once again. On Facebook it's at the 5x55 show. On Twitter it's at the 555 show 1, and on YouTube it's at the 5 multiplication sign 55 show. That's our YouTube channel for this show. Otherwise, thank you for being a part of the show. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's grow this community into a global brand. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video, and until next time, God bless you.